This is your weekend market review for Friday, February 16th, 2024. Let's go.
Hey everyone, this is my channel to help investors and traders develop a probability-based mindset to succeed. Also try and keep friends informed of what's going on in the markets and the economy, and also a little real estate content as well.
This is Dan Max at eXp Realty, aka The Trading Agent, and this is your weekend market review for Friday, February 16th, 2024. Hopefully you had a great week. As we talked about, roller coaster, up and down. A lot of people have a lot of, I guess, I don't know, frustration and struggle with all this. And yeah, they just seem to have lost reality here because I saw some names just go absolutely bonkers. And then some names kind of get stuck. And then overall, they just like got caught in the hype. And it's rather sad because that's typically what happens at the highs, at the lows. People just believe in certainty and they jump all in and they chase something. And you know what? That's what happens. Got to be careful. Got to be very careful. So if you're new to the channel, please check out the Discord room, link in the description below. If you need a chat, use the Calendly link. Let's connect, see how I can help you with your real estate needs, buying and selling, investing. And also, too, if you have any questions about trading, that's what I'm here for. Again, updating the websites, come together, education series, all of it there. If you want to check out all this stuff, it's also on our YouTube channel, obviously. If you didn't check this out this week, what were you doing? What were you doing? And again, appreciate all the love, support. Got this website up to date. If you have see anything that seems a little off, let me know. This should auto update every couple hours after we drop it on YouTube. Make this your source. Sign up. I'll start creating, doing a lot more with this the more that people get involved. Also follow on Twitter. Posted a lot of good trades, things to watch as normal. Watch tool. What are we expecting, right? Nothing. I mean, the Feds are stuck, and you need the market to drop if you're going to see any pivot. As the economic data came out today, again, PPI hotter than expected, but here's the thing. Economic activity's falling off a cliff. Stagflation. Yikes. Bitcoin, keep an eye on it, y'all. Keep an eye on it. Check this out, right? We're up near range highs. Oops, decline offer. And yeah, if you look to the left, always, don't be surprised when you find resistance. And if resistance is there, do not be surprised when you see consolidation at worst. If it blasts right through it, then it might come back as support. Again, I don't believe that it's going to be able to continue to rise endlessly, but I could be wrong. Again, I'm not saying short Bitcoin, but just trade around your positions for the love of all of God. Oil, again, this is a problem. The Feds are really stuck. They want to see oil down, but you know, up 10, 12% off the lows, just chopping here. If it breaks out, they are really in a pickle. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? All right. Natural gas starting to get choppy. Here you go. Keep an eye on it. All right. Keep an eye on it. Because again, I don't know when natural gas is going to bottom, but the prices are at lows that make sense. Dollar all over the place. As we talked about post big X div been rising. Again, the rest of the world, I mean, China, Japan, Europe, all in recessions. Now people are like, oh, they're at new highs or near highs. Some of them are. China's not. That's for sure. Right. But just be careful out there. Again, I don't know the easy answer, but I know the easy answer is that the market likes to take the most amount of money from the most amount of people, and it's a probability-based game. If you want to try to overtrade, you always want to assume things are going to be one way, you're going to get burned at some point. TLTs, we talked about watching the break below. Okay, lower lows. But again, we're holding this area. So again, now you have a multi-day range here at 92.30s. Keep an eye on it. The VIX, as we talked about, roller coaster. Nobody giving me credit for it, but that's fine. Look at this week. Whee! And then up on Friday. Are you surprised? The Vixen talked about this holding up pretty well. We talked about the VIX showing you some what? Nice volatility. SPY Friday. If you don't know what's coming next week, go check the Stock Traders Almanac. There is 3 bearish days. End of February, miserable. That's basically what miserable. All right, so you have railroad bars. You tried to make new highs. Again, the volume at the highs has been all red, but keep sucking in buyers. That's what they're going to do. We'll see what happens. Again, at worst, we're coming into a pullback. QQQ, look at this. We gaps down and chops. And again, if you look at the action, right, if you zoom out and take a look, I mean, it's like, okay. Look at where we've come from very quickly. If we don't pull back, I'd be rather perplexed, but that's me. I know for a fact that market does not go in straight line moves forever, and straight line moves are usually dangerous. Talked about the IWM. Look at this roller coaster of a week. Ay chicaramba. Fills some gaps, chops around. Yeah, be careful. Dia holding up. You got to give it credit where credit's due. Holding up pretty well. Chop, chop, fizz, whatever it is, right? Like, do you have any short-term, near-term plays on this? Me personally, no. Not really too excited about it, if that makes sense. At this point, I don't know, chopping. Just keep it on it though, right? Gold. There you go. Holding. 100-day, but this is what we've said over and over. Like it's tough to trust the stuff until the Feds pivot. If you go look historically, when the Feds pivot is the time to buy. Silver oversold near term, of course, chopping around. Cool. I mean, silver should be at 29, 28. Look where it's at, right? Ugh. I don't know. Your guess is good as mine on the metals and miners. I just have no desire to play with these. GDX, however, we did see some of the 13F, some of the big boys are buying. Yeah, little puke action. Could that be the bottom? Bottom X, top X, bottom X, GDXJ. Again, it's just so hard to buy these things. When the VIX explodes, they throw the baby out with the bathwater. Credit tightens up, and then they just crush all the miners because the miners rely on credit heavily, right? AEM, again, oversold. Cool that they bounce. Not surprised, right? Is anybody? No. But do you want to trade them? That's the $1 million question. Because look at Newmont, right? This thing is just, should be in the 90s, y'all. Gold's about to break out, then what is it doing down here? And again, we know it's just, again, big boys have not been picking up down here. That's all I can say is PAAS. I mean, you want to guess it? I don't know. Taiwan semi, we talked about the easiest short in the history of shorts in time. China is probably going after them. I mean, this rally was just, in my opinion, the biggest fluff you're going to get in semis that you'll probably ever see in your lifetime. Here you go. All right, up at the highs. Comes out now black below the 8-day. I mean, we've been kind of playing this game. See if we get followed through next week. Micron, as we talked about, been lagging so hard. No growth in any of these companies. Literally zero in negative growth. But here you go. Now they start picking on it. Look at that. Ugh. AMD, we said watch the 20-day. Well, guess what? You're closing at it again. Can't get over 180. NVIDIA. I mean, I don't know who isn't upgrading NVIDIA right now. Stock of 2024. And look at the last couple days action. It's so strong, yet it's not breaking out. And now look at the weekly. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 monster weeks. And now you got a doji. Keep an eye on it. Again, at worst, it's going to consolidate. If it's healthy, it should pull back. Intel, watch the channel lows. Could be about to break. SMH, again, if you're buying the stocks down here in the low 4s, you're looking pretty good. Another wick at the highs. Not looking so strong. Look at Adobe. Some of these tech names. Oops. Look at that. So bullish. Apple. So what? Uh-oh. Breaking the 200-day. Better hold the dang channel. Hold the dang channel. Right? Like a Minnesota accent. You better hold. Golly gee. Amazon. Bezos is selling. I think he sold 8 billion worth of stock this week. Gotta hold. I mean, look at the levels. 167. Meta. Trying to break out. Everyone says here comes 500. Oops. Double top, maybe? I mean, again, let's just draw that. I'm just for fun. Let's just draw this. Da-da-da-da-da. It's the golden arches. Let's see what happens. CRM, riding the lightning, as I call it, riding the upper channel bound. Guggenheim getting dusted this week. Okay. Bullish, y'all. Microsoft chopping. I mean, it's holding up. Anything over the 20-day, but it's like holding on for dear life. But everyone's bullish, right? NDAQ, we talked about this. Why has the NASDAQ exchange been acting like a turd? Zoom out. Future is not tech, y'all. Told you who wins the war. MicroStrategy, look at this. We talked about hitting range highs. Dink. Nice trade if you sold it at the highs. Look at Netflix. Whew, man, watch this 575 area because if it breaks below it, this is a bull trap. Roblox, talk about hitting the highs, bouncing off 47. Tesla, look at this. We talked about bottoming, chopping. Now what? Your guess is as good as mine. We said watch this area here. Now you're bouncing into it. I don't know. But you know what I do know? Just be careful. Please. I don't know. Just look at it real quick. Just stop and think about it. Like, how much higher can it go? The market's about to peel. This thing has been absolute donkey poo. Airbnb. Talked about this one. Fake breakout. Look at yesterday's action. Interesting, especially with OPEX. I mean, it could be a top there. That could be just one of the easiest shorts you might see in a while. Costco, chopping at the highs. Credit where credit's due. Starbucks, a global growth name. all over the place. I mean, this is what I mean by like after a big move, look at it's got to get choppy. So think about NVIDIA turned upside down. Even if it's down move, same kind of thing. Federal Express, you'd think if the market and economy were great, this thing would be holding up. Caterpillar, gapped up on earnings. Look at today's wick, man. Stuck. 328. This is why you draw and look at references. Nucor can't get out of its own way. Trying to break out. It's tough to break out when the market doesn't follow through. Letter X, again, I talked about this. It's not going to get bought out by Nippon, but who knows what the right offer is going to be. VALE, I mean, some of these names are oversold due to bounce. Not surprised. Arrow, chopping around, chop around. Just, I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. CCJ, we said got to hold the 41s. We said, here's your double top. Da-da-da-da-da. I mean, let's draw it again. Here it is. This is what might be happening to Meta. I don't know how much lower it's going to go. But again, I would just let these things peel back. CF had earnings, popped, flopped, and now chopping at the 200-day. Mosaic, again, we love ag because long-term people got to eat, but this is going to be choppy and sloppy. NTR, right? Aaron, look at this, right? Chop, chop, fizz. XLF, again, a lot of people were just like, oh, you're wrong. And I'm like, if I'm wrong, that's fine, but I will gladly short up here all day, every day, and try to get the FAS under $12 for a stop. I mean, it's just easy. Guess who holds the bag in all of this debt in the world and all the problems? Financials. Will they get caught with their pants down again, as they always do? We'll see. JP Mo hit the channel high this week. Morgan Stanley's been dead money, nothing, nada, mucho. Bank of America, chop, 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 fizz. I mean, look at that wick today. I mean, that thing is a beast. Look at that. Ugh. Goldman Sachs, chopping. Good luck. KRE, we talked about dead cat bounce. We talked about the trash floating. We talked about it holding the 100-day. Look at that. You're welcome. 20-day and resistance. XL, XBI, we talked about needs to get over this 93, 94 area. Chopping, solar. I mean, this is just an absolute, just wait for real bounces. I mean, I don't know. Sedge is hard, but you do have references here. Solar or TAN. Sedge, like, this one's at the 100-day. Be careful. ENPH, we talked about. Look at this. Any gift over the 200-day. If it gets back under it, game over. You have a 2-day range now. Just keep an eye on it. First Solar, chopping. Chop, fizz. Talked about it dropping from up here, head and shoulders. Now you're chopping right in the channel. You bounce back. First Solar's hard. So you got to train route. HYG, again, I'm like mind-boggled. And we'd be buying corporate debt. You've got to be high as a kite. Oil, again, giving the Feds problems. Good luck. I don't know what I would do if I was you when I see these guys. I mean, they gotta put this stuff under control. We've said this over and over. The Feds have never navigated a soft landing doing the amount of rate hikes they've ever done. They're doing now. UNG, all right, starting to potentially see a base. I'd be watching this 14 area. Cold. We talked about wait for this to pop. Not wait for pop, sorry. Wait for it to start getting choppy up here. Now you got some references. This is how you short. If you are going short, pick bottoms. You wait for references if you can. V bottoms, V tops, very difficult to nail. CVE, talked about this breaking out with volume. Watch the 100, 200 day. If it gets over that, it's going to fly. Valero, been chopping, right? Holding up pretty well, but I mean, it's just sloppy and choppy. Like, why do you want to play in this patch? Unless you like frustration. ExxonMobil, stuck, right? MPC's been holding up. If anyone's holding up as well, it's them. But riding the channel high, gotten really choppy the last couple weeks. Occidental, again, people were, Buffett's buying more. And look at this. I mean, he's just playing the range, y'all. Playing the range. Good luck with that, right? He's the man. EQT, right? Here you go. XDiv, a little oversold. Not surprised. I mean, do the math here and just, you're legging down. Okay. Comes back to the 20-day. We'll see what happens. I mean, it could get up to the, I'd be watching for all these moving averages turning down. That would be where it's scary. And last but not least, your friend Flex LNG. As we talked about, we will be natural gas exporters. Low prices are good for Flex LNG. Why? Because the lower the price, the better it's easy to service demand, right? Like, it'll be much easier for these guys to export. And especially in the United States, we have abundance of natural gas overseas. Prices are low, easy to export. Government will go, all right, well, let's not burn it off. Let's send it over. Are they really trying to go green? I mean, didn't we see JP Morgan bail out of all the green initiatives this week? It's an absolute joke. So again, check the Stock Traders Almanac. If you're not familiar with where to get it, go to my website. Get the recommended reading, all of it, anything you might need there. The website is now updated. Might be a little junky as it's trying to get transferred over from the old site. So again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Let me know I can help. Appreciate all the love, generous donations. You guys are amazing. Guys who are following, understood what's going on. Just be careful out there. Again, chasing those momentum names. I mean, you are just always playing with fire when you chase highs and lows after huge moves. You are bound to get caught in the blender. You're gone to get your hand caught in the cookie jar. And when you do, it hurts. All right, talk to y'all later.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, stop by the Discord room. A link is in the description below. Also, if you'd like to help support more free content, the PayPal link is in the description as well. I appreciate your continued support of the channel.